cause everybody knows you. It's like you a trap star. You break it down bricks, chopping up O's. Break it down bricks, chopping up O's.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Thinking to myself like, what the fuck is going on? Asking God for help like, what the fuck I'm doing wrong? He ain't giving me no answers, I figured it out myself. Got tired of asking questions, I'm tired of looking for help. Man, I can't win for losing, I'm steady taking these losses. Had to bury greed and chink, same week, 2 different coffins. Man, that shit'll traumatize you when it ain't trying to. Everybody shedding tears, you trying not to cry too. They say they feel my pain, but they don't know how much I'm hurting. Mama told me pray, it usually help, but it ain't working. Just the numbness pain, I'm popping.
You're now rocking with Terrence Sale on Flint's #1 online podcast, Flint After Dark. We speak for the streets.
It's your boy, Terrence Sales, a.k.a. Mr. Speak for the Streets, a.k.a. Big T, and you locked in to the #1 podcast in Flint, Michigan, Flint After Dark. We speak for the streets. With that being said, we got my brother on tonight, man, JOHNELL Allen Bey, man.
What's going on, brother?
Yourself,
What's happening?
Introduce yourself, brother.
JOHNELL Allen Bey, for those who are out you, Islam, those who can't understand, this is a holy day. I'm fired up about being here on this Friday. You know, the day in which man was formed in flesh, the day when he departed out of flesh. We here. After dark, man. Listen, that intro, man, listen, that's all cold, bro.
You like that, man?
You got me ready, man.
Got you fired up, brother?
Man, listen, man, you know, I came in on 10, you took me to 20.
Man, hey, that's what I'm trying to do, brother. Man, tell the people exactly what your job title is, brother.
Wow, man. So I got 3 of them, right?
Okay.
I'm a COO of a company called Reconnect My Life, which I'm half owner. I'm COO of Ella Hughes Daycare and Learning Center. I'm the co-executive director for the Sheriff's Office Community Engagement. I'm the Flint regional coordinator for Nation Outside. And you know, I'm a husband. I'm a son, you know, I'm a cousin, I'm a big uncle, grandfather, but the title that I love the most is that I'm me.
Right. You, me. I mean, you, and that's why I brought you here today, man, to give your flowers,
Appreciate
man,
it, man.
because I love what you're doing, brother.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And we've been in the same struggle, man. You know what I mean? We you know what I'm saying? We from the same era. You're a little older than me, big bro, but we've been to the same struggle. We wasn't at the same place, but we've been in the same place, if you know what I mean.
Absolutely, man.
And
you know, my boy said he learned how to make lemonade out of lemons, right? And I learned how to have an air conditioner in hell.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, you got to learn to make you know, to make lemonade out of lemons, man. You know. Got to, man. Because the place we've been, man, it's two things can happen, man. The situation we've been through, either it gonna make you or break you, man.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
And guess what I like to say also, right? That's what Flint is, right? See, one of the things about helping us make it is where we come from, man. You know, Flint prepared us, you know, for turbulence. You know, we grew up in Flint, so you know that there's a chip on our shoulder all the time. You know that people don't understand that, man.
You remember the saying? You know the old saying: if you could make it in Flint, you can make it anywhere.
Absolutely,
You know
bro.
I mean? You can make it anywhere.
So it's an honor to be here tonight, man. I appreciate you, T-Cells, inviting me to your show, and I thank you for allowing me permission to be able to have this platform with you, man. I appreciate this, man.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you, man. We just gonna get into it, man.
Let's
The
do it,
first
man. Let's
question.
do it.
Look, not to go in too much into the details about your case, but it landed you on
I'm
the other side.
transparent, man. I'm
Yeah, but
transparent.
you know, do you regret what landed you there, and
Absolutely.
what landed you there, right?
Yeah.
And would you would you do it? Did you do anything different? And how do I want to say it? Did that situation? Did it make you the man that you are today? If you wouldn't have went through that situation, do you think you'd be the man that you are today?
No, I don't believe that. I tell people all the time, 10 minutes cost me 29 years, bro, because the fact that where I come from, um, I was forced to make sure that um, I didn't never want to be no victim, and so I didn't understand that, when I was a young man, all I knew is that I ain't about to be no victim, and so I, tried to live that life. And I remember something that happened to me, man, because all my, the most of my bit, I had believed that I was a victim. You see what I'm saying? And then one
Right.
day, man, I realized that no, man, you victimized somebody, and you got to do everything possible to restore life. So that's why I do what I do, man, because the fact that I believe that, the creator, my great God of the universe, gave me a second chance to do something right. And so the things that I do, that's why I go so hard.
So look, just I always tell people this all the time. The penitentiary saved my life, man. I ain't gonna even
Okay.
lie to you.
Mhm.
I ain't ashamed to say the man I am today is I wouldn't change nothing that I did.
Okay.
Landed me there, the path, I wouldn't if I go back in time and change nothing, I wouldn't change nothing because like I said, I think the penitentiary made me the man I am today.
Okay.
And too many of my guys when I went in, I got the phone call. Well, I called home. Such and such dead. Such and such,
Yeah.
and I was with that. I was with that. You get what I'm saying? I was
Yeah.
with them, and that you know what I mean. So that's one reason I know it saved my life. And then another reason why because it made me brighten my mind, man. I had a lot of time to think. You know what I mean? And
Right.
and you gonna know what I'm talking about when I say I hated that TV room, bro.
Right.
That
Absolutely. Yeah.
TV room, idiot box room. You know what I mean? And every time something come on beaches, they didn't have this car, they had that. And then in the same breath, turn around, hey man, bring me a honey bun up out of there. Man, you told me go get me something up out of there. You know what I
Right.
mean? That's why I used to play my bunk, man. And all I did was play my bunk, and I stayed in the law library, and I
Well, you
stayed
see
on
where I'm
call out.
at? You see
Yeah,
where I'm at, right?
yeah,
This is still symbolic, bro. This is
still
still
symbolic,
this is still symbolic of freedom, man.
right? That look like kind of look like the law library in Ryan Road.
And look, bro,
You know what I'm
it,
saying?
when you get a chance, I want you to come sit down with me in here, man, and just watch the energy that happens, man. When I told Cuz, I'm like, look, man, I want to do this in the law library. He looked around, man. He's seen these books, man. I ain't moving nothing. They staying here.
Man, that's dope, man. That's dope. So how much time did you do, bro?
I did 29 years, man. I did 29 years. I got out at 8:35. And I'm gonna tell you this here, right? I remember the night that I was supposed to, the next morning I was going home, man, and I couldn't sleep at all, you know, and because the fact my mind was just racing because the fact that I knew that I had another shot at life, right?
Right.
And I wanted to make sure that I appreciated the moment, that when I did step out there, You know, I'd heard somebody say, "Yeah, man, the air is good on the other side." Right? I've heard that. Man, listen. When I got out that door and got through that fence, man, I swear, man, it was better. You know, it was like crazy, man. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, man, look at this. You know, this air is different. You know, I'm free, man.
Ain't that
And let me
crazy,
tell you
man?
something. It's 5 years later, T Cell, and it's still surreal to me.
Yeah. I mean, thank God for second chances. Hey, but look, hold on. Let me get your this is something off the record that I didn't plan to talk about. Hold on a second. Hold on.
You
No,
there? I got you.
no. You all right? Let me get. I need your opinion on this. I had a debate with somebody. In the eyes of the white man, a felon is a felon, but morally, in the hood, a felon ain't no felon. It's different levels of felonies, right or wrong. Okay,
Absolutely.
I'm gonna give an example. Versus JoJo get caught with a bag of dope versus uh JoJo go hit an old lady upside her head, take her purse, and sexually assault her or some shit like that. Without now, is now
JoJo
what
should
you
be
know what?
stumped.
Right,
I mean,
but
that's
it's right. Yeah, exactly. But what I'm saying is that's not that ain't the same felony as a person trying to feed his family and
no.
you know what I mean, sell the drugs, feed his family, and you know, whatever. But I was told no matter what, a felon is a felon. I done been in the system. Now, them type of niggas, they got excuse my English, they got they water poured in their TV and they got chased off the yard. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, the
Absolutely.
second yard,
Yeah.
hey, second yard, John,
Yeah.
down here, you already know they off the yard. They
Yeah.
emergency ride up or they in the hole. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? You know what I'm saying? And I just want your opinion on that, man. That was off the record. You know what I mean?
I'm going to say this here, right?
Okay.
Um, I have a strong opinion about people who prey on people like
Okay.
women and children and elderly. You know, I got a problem with that, to be honest with you. But what I've learned is that um, through my education is that hurt people, right? And most of the people who are chomos had been molested themselves at one time. And when I started to understand that, I started to say, well, it ain't my place to stump their head in. It's not my place to um, ridicule them, but it's my place to make sure that I protect what's mine
Right.
from them. And so that's been my that's the way I move, and that's the vibration I've taken, right?
Right.
I deal with an organization who deal with people who are returning citizens who are just as impacted, and I see some people all the time, and I have to really pray about it, bro. I'm just gonna be honest with you because there's some things that when I find out about a person, I'm feeling some kind of way. And so I had to check myself about certain things, right? And I try not to dehumanize nobody, to be honest with you, because of the fact that um, I've learned that there's value in everybody, but I believe that some people deserve to be uh, in the penitentiary.
Okay. Since we on this,
I'm just being nice.
I gotta hit you with this one, Johnell. I
Do
gotta
it,
hit
bro.
you with this one, man.
Okay, bro.
What's your take on him, man? What's your take
Man,
on him?
listen,
What's your
man.
take? What's your take on him, man?
I'm disappointed that um this dude, man, he fucked over us, our town, man. Like that, I'm hurt, you know, because these some children involved, man, and you know that just breaks my heart, man. And you know, I'm kind of shook up by that, man, because man, like I knew dude from the penitentiary, and new dude was, wasn't good then, right? But I'm like, damn,
Oh, you
and
did some time with him?
yeah, he come through JMF in '98 and did some shit, had to, run him off the yard. But you know how that go, man.
Yeah, I know how that go.
You
Hey,
know, so, yeah.
Johnny, that's my nephew, man. My co-host, L. Peasy, man. The billionaire Bruce Wayne, man. This is
Man, what's
Johnny L.
happening,
Allen
bro? How
Bay,
you
brother.
doing, bro?
I'm good. I'm good, man. I'm good. I
Hey,
said this
man,
brother
listen, he
looks
was standing.
familiar right here.
Yeah, man. Hey,
Yeah.
he was standing there, man, on point, man. I felt like we had top-notch security showed up, baby.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Johnny, that's a little dude right there. That's a
Hey,
little dude,
man, listen. Hey, on this screen, man, he looked 9 feet. How you doing, bro?
I'm good, brother. I'm good. How about you?
I'm excellent, bro. Honored to
Yeah.
be here tonight, man.
Yeah,
this,
definitely.
But I told T Sales, I said, look, man, you ain't got to throw me no softball, bro. 100 all day long, whatever you need to talk about, I'm going
you,
to talk
you,
about it. I'm going to
you hear
speak
me
my
say, L.
piece.
Peasy? You
That's
hear me
it,
say
bro.
no softball.
I don't
All
play no
sliders
that,
and
man.
hard balls.
I play
You know
hardball,
I don't
bro.
throw those. You know what I'm saying? But my man ain't on trial for nothing. You know what I'm saying? We just enjoying his company. And I was hearing what he said about being locked up with the little weirdo dude, man.
Yeah,
And it is so disheartening. You know what I
man.
mean? Because like me personally, I was saying, us as parents, you gotta be you should be knowledgeable about who your children are with. You know, you don't just let your kids go with anybody. Who is
But,
these
man,
parents?
listen.
You know?
Listen, man. I'm I'm distraught. I'm hurt that, people that around us have failed our children, you know. But and I wow, bro. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Hey,
Yeah,
Some of
let's
us
I
are
move
know,
on,
working.
brother.
man. Because
I know you speechless, man. I know you
I'm
speechless.
emotional, bro. I'm emotional about this shit.
Yeah,
I'm just
man.
being honest with you, bro. And
Yeah.
for your viewers out there, I cry a lot. You know, I cry a lot because of the fact that I love my people, man, and especially our children, man. Them, that's they so precious, man. They so innocent, man. They so trusting, man. They so real, man.
Hey, you.
And
Hey,
to anybody who violates that, man, wow, bro. You know,
Hey, John L. A. I mean, I'm sorry, brother. John L. Bay. What they say? A man with no emotion has no heart, man. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Well, I got a heart, bro, and
Yeah, yeah. I cry. I break down and cry in a minute,
and
bro.
and,
You
and,
know
and
what I mean?
and what hurts me is this here, right? Um, I just I just want us to really do better. I mean, as a community, we got to do better. We got to protect our children. We got to protect our women. We got to protect those who can't protect our elderly. That's on us, man. This shit is on us.
Yep.
And I've taken this shit personal, man, because, man, I really, really is pissed off that something like this even occurred, man, in our neighborhoods, man. That shit is just
Yeah.
wrong, bro. And
How that shit happen? Right.
and I'm gonna tell you, um, one of the things that we have to do better is we have to make sure that we protect each other. See, a lot of times people think, well, it ain't my child. What? That's fucked up, right? I heard somebody saying that, man, and I was offended by that because all these children are ours, bro.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
that's a fucked
saying?
up thing.
Oh
That's a
yeah.
fucked up thing to say, man.
Yeah.
So,
That's how most
I
people.
just,
That's how most
Yeah.
people feel to what happened to
Yeah.
them.
That is.
yeah, man. And so I'm like, that's
Yeah.
my opinion on that. Um, I'm praying that God gives me comfort somehow through this situation, because I'm disturbed by it. To be honest with you, I'm very disturbed by what happened to our children, and how that we allowed this shit to go down like this, man. And
Right.
that's how I feel about that, bro. I'm sorry.
All right, all right. I mean, we ain't gotta, we ain't gotta drag it
Yeah,
on no more. We
yeah.
all feel the
No,
same
no.
way, bro.
Let me
So
say something though, man. 'Cause I think it's a gangster's curse after 40 to grow a heart. Because I do a lot of crying after 40. I ain't do no crying before, but I do a lot of crying
yeah,
now. Because I feel for my people, and I feel for our children a whole lot different than when we was
yeah,
growing up and was taught to be all tough as nails and everything else. But as men, you're supposed to feel genuinely,
yeah,
for your friends, your family, and
absolutely.
God said, "Love thy neighbor." He didn't say, "Love thy neighbor" because you like him, or "Love thy neighbor"
Yeah,
because thy neighbor was good to you. You're
yeah,
supposed to love them even though, And
yeah.
then our children are precious, man. This is something that you can't ever, undo.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
no,
And then how is
no.
a man supposed to be to grow up to be heterosexual and carry on the role of a father and a husband after he done been tampered with? You
Yeah,
know, like how do you get past that moment? Because this is what another thing that has not been spoken on. Because we always when we think of being molested or child molesters, we think of old men and young women. But what about the young men that are affected by these pedophiles? You know,
absolutely.
how do they get past that?
Well, one of the things that we have to do is we have to uh, have more therapy in their lives. We need to. They need to be able to see someone on a regular basis. They need to be able to understand that it's not their fault, and they need to know how to heal through this process, and know that the person who put them in that situation is the bad person, not them. And I think that that's one of the first things that we have to do, and then we have to make sure that we walk them through this process, right? Because the fact that it's easy, we live in a society, right? If you're hot, then you're hot, and then when you cool down, you forget what happened, and you can never forget, right? I believe that
Right,
we have to do a better job at that. You know, we can never forget that our children was poisoned, that they gave our children water with lead in it, and that uh, we're still living in it, right? We should still be pissed off about what happened to our city. We should be pissed off that anybody who didn't handle us right and then would take on a stance of that with a cavalier attitude, like everything is okay. No, everything ain't okay, and so I'm still, a little bit numb when it comes to uh, what's happened to us. As a whole, it's fucked up, dude. It's fucked up, man.
oh yeah, I
And
mean, because we
there's
so
nobody,
lackadaisical.
and nobody paying the consequences. See, when I do wrong, guess what I do? I step up and take my lick like I'm supposed to. I went up in there, man, and I had to do that time because I fucked up, right? And when I did it, I wasn't no, oh, me. Whoa, me and all that. That wasn't what I did. I went up there and I had to do my time. And I tried to invest in somebody's life, because I remember one time, man, I thought God just wanted me in the penitentiary to make sure I uplift fallen humanity in there. That's how long I did, man. Well, I thought this is what I'm supposed to be doing. God, this is what your will is, for me to be in here and doing that, right? I believe that, man. Because the
Hey,
fact that somebody got to be in there to do the job. And so
hey,
that
hey,
was where my mind. I'm sorry, bro. Yeah, I
hey,
gotta
that's
come
all
on.
right. Hey, John, tell my nephew about the uh the story about the suit. Why you wear suits all the time?
Oh yeah,
Listen to this,
yeah,
LB.
yeah. I
Listen to
wear
this.
I wear suits every
My
day,
man,
man.
hey, LB, he stay clean. Go ahead, brother.
Every day I stay, so, but I was talking to a group of law enforcement, and they was, commenting about, I was they voted me best dressed in Genesee County, and they was talking about that, and they asked me the question why I'm always in suits. I said because I ain't never seen the police kill nobody in a suit. You know what I mean? So we ain't seen that. So I
That
figured
makes
that's
sense,
my
don't it?
chance for survival, bro. Is I remember when I first, it was about 8 months. I'm just got home, right? And I was living down in West Bloomfield, and I would come back home, to Flint, see what's going on. I told her, I said, I ain't never coming back to Flint, man. Them people gave me all that time, man. Fuck Flint. That's the way I was. I was mad at bitter, right? Because you know what I'm saying. You know how I go. Somebody traumatized you. You ain't trying to go back. And
Right.
so,
Right.
but I'm down here, and I stayed a little later than I was supposed to. So I'm on 23, right? And I'm coming down there. This is 2018. I'm rolling down, and all of a sudden, state trooper flicked me before I could get on 96. So I pulled over, man. And I'm like, oh man, God, this ain't gonna go right because I know when dude run that plate. When you run my plate, that make them nervous. Here I am on parole, second degree murder. It's dark outside, and here I am driving this 2018 big
You wasn't no
ass
sundown
black.
time, was you? You wasn't in no sundown time, was you?
I was in Brighton.
That's a sundown time in the
I
LPG.
just told you where I
Yeah,
was.
that's a sundown
When I
time.
told you 23 go to 96, that's Brighton.
Yeah,
So he pulled me over, right? And when he pulled me over, the first thing I knew I had to do, right? I had to calm him down. I had to make sure the dude didn't take me as a threat. So I let all the windows down, and put my hands up on the thing. I said, hey, I need you to calm down. Because he got his hand on his gun. And I said, I need you to calm down. Then his boy went on the other side. And I said, hey, I know what you're thinking. I said, listen, I probably would think the same thing. I'd be scared as hell. This guy, big old black guy out here 2 o'clock in the morning, but I'm going to tell you, I'm not a threat to you. I says, and I'm on parole, as you already know. I ain't got no gun in the car because I ain't trying to go back to penitentiary. He's like, well, I just want to tell you. I said, now, furthermore, why are you stopping me? Because I'm not speeding. He says, your light over your license plate is out. Because, when you go get the truck washed, it was water. They hold water. And I didn't even know this. I don't know nothing about all this thing. I just got to keep it clean. And it was going in there, and it knocked the light off. And when I got done talking with the dude, man, he said, listen, I'm not going to write your ticket. I just want you to know that I'm just giving you a warning to go get it fixed. I says, hey, I appreciate you, man, letting me know what's going on. You have a good night, right? And that altercation, now, listen, I have a suit on. You know what I'm saying? So, and I hadn't took my tie off. I got the tie still on, but it's a conflict because he ran the place. And the image, right? It was a dark image in the truck and
your profile came back.
And I learned a valuable lesson, right? That we have to be able to protect ourselves. And the greatest weapon that we have is what y'all doing, this voice.
Right.
This voice is our greatest weapon.
Hey, since we on this subject, I got a partner, man. I got a partner. This just happened last week. Devlon Chambers, man. He was out in Davidson, man, and sundown time. He was in Davidson. He got young dirty, man, young D, Devlon Chambers. First of all, they already mad at him, right? Because he got like 2 Maseratis sitting in the driveway. He live out there. He got 2 Maseratis sitting in the driveway. I already told him they mad at you already because one of your cars is more than their salary a year. So I said they already mad at you. You know what I mean? So they got a hold to him the other day, man. Whooped him pretty bad. I'm just gonna say it, Johnny. I'm just gonna say it. I don't care where the fuck is NAACP of Flint? Where the fuck is Black Lives Matter of Flint? Where the fuck is y'all at? When he went and shout out to Arthur Wilson, man. When he went and did his report, Art was with him with the
Okay.
camera. They was on some shady shit. The chief. You could tell you if you go look at Art page, you will see it on there. And
Yeah.
it was just Art and this other guy, man. Ain't nowhere in the world Black Lives Matter ain't wasn't supposed to be with him or the NAACP of Flint. You get what I'm
Well,
saying?
yeah,
You know,
absolutely, bro. I just want you to know this here, man. You know, me and Arthur go way back, man. You know, I've been knowing Arthur shit when I was a little boy, you know, and I appreciate what I like about Arthur is this here, right? When he's wrong, he's man enough to say I'm wrong, right? And if he's right, he gonna shout it to the rooftops, you know. So yeah, I commend him. I thank him for that, man. Well, usually, you know, I get a call from Arthur, and I definitely respond, bro, because of the fact that but so let me explain to you what I do for the sheriff's office. Because a lot of times, you know, I'm not a police, you know, so you know, but what I do is make sure that that there's a lot of training, bias training, that we do a lot of understanding about race relations, and that we do our part in education, and that we do something different than we've ever done before. That's important to me. So kudos, Chris Swanson has given me an opportunity to do some things for our community, for the justice impacted. I'm the restorative justice dude for Genesee County. So there's times where when I see something, everybody don't need to go to prison.
hey, JOHNELL, can you deliver a message to Sarah Swanson for me? Tell him I said I commend him and the Ghost Squad for getting these sick people off the grid,
Man,
man.
listen, man,
Out of the city,
they
man.
own them. Listen,
Tell
bro.
him I said that, man.
But let me tell
I
you,
commend
let
him,
me
man.
show you how sincere he is, right? There was a deputy, right, that was working and was on some bullshit, and he arrested him. You see what I'm saying? He ain't gonna bar none, you know. And one of the things that I love about him is this here. He practiced what he preaches, man. You
Okay.
know, and me and Dude been knowing each other a long time. Me and the sheriff, and I hold him accountable for things because of the fact that one of the biggest problems that we have in our in the world, right, is that people don't know how to handle us, right?
Mm-hmm.
They
Right.
mishandle us, and you can have good intentions, right? And a lot of people can have good intentions, but if you ain't treating me right, man, and I tell you you not, and you ain't listening, I got a problem with that. And so
Right.
I think he's more sensitive to how to handle, you know, our race of people because we're unique. You can't
Right.
just treat us like everybody else because we don't live. Everybody else ain't got to go
Hey,
through what we go through when they stopped. Everybody
we
else ain't
did.
got to really be
Me,
profiled.
me and LPZ did a show about did would take about a month and a half ago.
Yeah.
About we tired, man. Black people tired of apologies, man. They whoop us down, beat us down, kill us, and then they want to apologize, man. We tired of that shit, man. Um, we had went over the you remember the guy up in killed killed the people at the grocery store in Buffalo.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, little young white cat and you know what I mean? He put the apology out and all that. Then remember my man Rustam LPZ after he
Yeah.
apologized. Man, black people tired, man. We tired, man. We just
And
tired,
we
man.
have
You know
I'll
to,
what I
tell
mean?
you this.
you know, it's
We tired,
go
man.
ahead,
I'll
bro.
tell you
Go
this.
ahead, bro.
The reason why I wear a suit is because when you put on hip hop gear, you're automatically putting yourself in a box. You're automatically putting yourself in a stigma. They automatically see you as a threat because of the attire that you're wearing.
Absolutely.
Like you said, when you put on that suit, they don't know if you're a doctor or a lawyer. You know, when I walk in the courtroom, they think I'm the attorney.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
I'm laughing because of the fact that I go all around the country, right? And with the sheriff's office, we got this Ignite program just took off, right? We in 9 different states. We're due to be in 3,084 in the next 5 years. That's how we moving, right? And when I go places and start talking to people, I blow their mind when I tell them that I served 29 years and that I am a returning citizen. Because then they be like, damn, what the fuck? It throw them off. So 2 years ago, I had an opportunity to present in Kansas City at the National Sheriff Association. So there's 3,084 sheriffs. I ain't seen that many guns and hats in my life. And they were all there. And here I go, and when I'm telling them, about what we're doing and the program, right? And how this is a culture change. And they was like, and when I dropped it, and I'm a returning citizen, I served 29 years. They just lost it. They like, what the fuck?
Their mouth dropped. They mouth dropped. They mouth dropped.
Couldn't believe it, right? And this is what I appreciated about my experience. I was in Fargo, North Dakota. Man, listen, I was the only black face on the plane going. When I got to the hotel, I ain't seen nobody, right? And there was a stewardess, and he was a big brother. And he came out the back. Man, you ought to see how happy he was to see me, right? And you know how when we somewhere and somebody, you give them that nod because now it's tight. It's 2 of us. It's on and popping, right? So when I got there, man, and did my presentation, and there was this conservative, right winger all the way. You know what I'm saying? Trump's dude for real, and still believes something happened in the election. Just to be honest with you, that's what he said. But he pulled me to the side. And he says, by you showing up here, this is real. He said, this program is real now because of the fact that I saw you and I heard your story and I can see where you at. He says, that changed he says, I'm going to make sure that we put the funding for this to be in Fargo, North Dakota. So, that's what a platform I've been able to do, man. I believe that at the table, I'm able to influence different policies, tear down some barriers, tear down some myths, and really deal with some real stuff that we deal with, bro.
Hey man, I got one. Hey, Johnny, I got one more message too. I need you to deliver. Tell Harbaugh to throw the goddamn ball, man. Tell Jim Harbaugh to throw the goddamn ball.
Hold on,
Tell Jim
hold on,
to throw that motherfucking ball, man.
Hey, listen, man. We trying to setting up for this year, man, for this natty, right? And so we gonna put the ball there, but we got 3 studs that carry that rock, man. And so when we play action, everybody gonna be open because you have to, man. If Blake was healthy, man, we would have went all the way, man.
I love Jim Harbaugh, man. I love his energy, man.
He's genuine, 100.
I love his energy, man. And
Did you hear the story I told about?
Yeah, the story you told about on George when you and George did the show, yeah.
Yeah, straight up, and then, man, listen, he has opened up his life to me and given me an opportunity, man. I was the honorary captain last year, right? And he brought me and Percy in, and we talked to the team, man. And listen, without a doubt, man, I can tell that he wants to see things different in this world. And this is what he told me, right? He said, man, you know, I'm a returning citizen too. A lot of people don't know that, right? He caught that DUI that night, right? And they don't
Okay.
know that, but you know, that's how genuine he is, that he took that and said, yeah, I'm a returning citizen too, man. So I appreciate that. That's my dude. I
Yeah.
rock with him all day.
Hey, this
So
next question I got, since
yeah,
we was just talking about they let y'all talk to the guys, right?
yeah, yeah.
So okay, so how do you feel? What's your take on this? When you hear a younger tell you or say, I hate hearing this, man. When they say they don't have no, they never had a big homie or a mentor, man. That's what the youngest, the rappers, everybody hurt my feelings, man. Because we had big homies, when we had mentors. You know what I mean? We
Well,
had, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm talking about the newer generation there. You were hearing in a rap song, or I done heard a young guy out on beach would tell me this to my face. Big dog, I ain't never had a big homie. I ain't never had a mentor. You know what I mean? How
well,
you feel about that, man?
well. First of all, there's 600 plus people in Genesee County Jail, right? And
Okay.
every day I go in there intentionally to make sure that I sit down, I kick it with them, I'll open up their door, I'll go sit down and have a real talk about, you know, real shit, right? And what is it gonna take to be able to cross the line, right? Because I know that, man, like right now in our jail, 90% of the people there got capital offenses. You know, that means they there for something like murder, armed robbery. That's the majority of the people there, man. After
Right, right,
2020,
the real deal, the real deal. Right,
real
right.
listen. And
Not
so them
not
my type of
not
people.
jaywalking, not jaywalking. Right.
No, man, they ain't got no damn uh what's the crime? B&Es. You don't see them, man. Them dudes don't be in there, man. They
Hey,
don't
no, hey,
even drug offenses ain't in there, man. They letting them go. So
wow.
these are my type of people, man, because of the fact that I can relate to them. I know what it's like, man. I know what it's like to don't have an understanding or know what's going to happen next, right? And you just hoping that you can catch a break and possibly get out of this. But then reality hit that, you know what? I got to go do a bit.
Yeah.
And then I just want to just, you know, let them know that I'm always there for them, man. I get about 100 kites a week. You know, I go into the hole. You know, up there they got a little, you know, they call a hole. It ain't no hole. But anyway, it's
Yeah, that's a
yeah,
cupcake count. That's a cupcake
yeah,
count,
yeah.
man.
But they be
Yeah.
up there, and I go up there and visit them, right? And
Hmm.
just to make sure that they understand that, you know, you got somebody here, you know, and I'm gonna give you the blueprint. I'm gonna give you the blueprint for success. You know, I remember when I was growing up, they was like, look, the game's supposed to be sold, right? Not told. Well, I believe that if God had gave you a gift, it's on you to give it away, or it ain't your gift. And so I'm always trying to push that and give them out and let them know that there's hope. You know, because I was 23, got out at 52, bro. You know, I was 23 years old and came home at 52. You know, and to be honest with you, every time I looked in the mirror, man, I'd be like, damn, who was that? Because you know, I didn't have no gray. You know what I'm saying? I had a lot of hair. I was, you know, and a lot of people don't
Hey,
understand that even though you are aging, you still don't see that here. You still
hey,
thinking that you the same dude that left. And that's the
hey, John.
reality.
Hey, John, what you know about the
Well,
shoe polish before you go do your visit? You shoot the shoe polish with the toothbrush. We
man,
ain't got no just for men or no dye there. Hey, you remember you get a toothbrush and you get the shoe polish and you
no, but
try to take the
no,
before you go on your visit.
listen, I didn't listen, I'm being straight up with you. I didn't have no gray till I came out here.
Wow.
Listen, man, I got some pictures. I was showing my wife. I said, damn, when I met you, I ain't had no gray. And look at me now. You know, she like, would you blaming me? I'm like, yeah, you the word me to death. But really, This out here has really impacted me differently because when I was in there, I only worried about stuff I can control. See, I ain't never been concerned about nothing but me because only thing I control is what my actions are. I ain't never trying to control nobody, man, but me. You know what I'm saying? And that's how my claim to fame is because of the fact that I knew long time ago that if I gain control of JOHNELL, everything else gonna fall in place. But if I try to control everything around me and ain't got control of myself, I'm gonna be fucked up, man. And so
Man,
that's just how I go, man.
tell me
You
about
know,
it, man.
so you know what that is.
Yeah, man. Hey, yeah, Johnny, I want to touch on this too.
Okay.
Um, it's a lot of good. I don't know how to say this.
See,
It's more slime balls in the world than it is in the penitentiary. There's some good guys in the penitentiary, man. I met some wonderful brothers in the penitentiary, man. On my little trip, my little meatball. You know what I mean? It's more rotten guys in the world, man, than it is in the penitentiary. People got to, take the persona of the penitentiary. Everybody guilty. Everybody is a crook. You know what I mean? But it ain't like that, man. And
listen,
like I said,
bro.
I met some genuine guys, man.
Yeah,
On my trip. You know what I mean?
listen.
Guys that I stay in contact with right now. I got a bunch of
Uh,
genuine fellas I stay in contact with in Detroit, man. So that I call my brothers, man. You
yeah,
know what I mean? And I just want to clear that record, man. It's just as many slime balls in the world as it is in the penitentiary.
there's
You know what I
more.
mean?
There's more. Because
I
one
think it's
thing
more.
about a
Right, right,
guy,
right,
I would say it's
right.
more because the one thing about us is we got principles, right? My loyalty is top. You know, one of the things that my wife and I have problems with is that anytime somebody come home out of jail with, guess what I'm about to do? Swoop them
What's
up,
that?
take them out, put something in their pocket, make sure they eat good, make sure that they know that look, I'm here 24/7, man. And sometimes people out here don't understand the bond, right? That
No,
that
they
that, that
don't.
connects us, right? It's a bond that you can't. It's like it's a conflict you can't explain with words, bro. Because like when I know you that been where I've been, it's something there, bro. It's something there. You know what I'm saying? You my family, right? And
Right,
so that's why it's disheartening when one of us fall.
right.
You know, I'll be like, oh my God, how did we,
I
you know?
mean, it ain't all peaches and cream there neither. But this one thing, Johnny, I used to hate, man. This what I used to hate about the penitentiary, man. Child time. All right, you know, you ever owned a dog before? Son? You ever owned
Yeah,
a
yeah,
pet? Okay,
yeah,
you know how
yeah,
when I hate to say it, but I gotta say it. You know how when your dog see you get that bowl, he start dancing. Cause guess
yeah,
what? What do you know? He finna eat, right? You know
right.
he finna eat. You- Man, I hate when them guys when they know it's gonna be chow, they gravitating around the door, up in the lobby. No, like
Yeah.
it remind me of the control I had with my pit bull. You get what I'm saying? Because
Hey, see,
they know they finna eat. You get what I'm
yeah.
saying? You know how you start dancing
I
when
know
you
exactly what you're
there.
talking about. But
You know what I'm talking about?
one of the things about me, right? Uh, 15 years before I came home, I never went in a chow hall.
Oh,
Because
okay,
what they did was this here, man. They took the bonuses from the guys in the kitchen and said, I'm
okay.
always a hard stance dude.
That was one of the best jobs. When I went
Yeah,
through
when
there,
they took
was the
that,
kitchen.
man,
Yeah,
I boycotted. I never went back, bro. So I every day, you know, I made my own meal when I wanted to, you know, because I knew then, man, you know, I'm a dude about principles, you know, love, true peace, freedom, and justice. I live by those principles, bro. You
right,
know, Friday,
right.
everybody know where you can get me. You know,
You
so
good?
you know what I'm
Right,
saying.
right,
You know, I'm there. You know what I'm saying.
right.
So, um, that used to hurt me too, bro, to see how programmed we was, right? And I tell people, I said, let me tell you something.
That's the point I was trying to make. We was programmed, man.
We were programmed, you know, and where they move like cattle. You know what I'm saying? And then they used to play with them, right? This would piss me off. The police would play with it. They you know, and all of a sudden they get on the bike and then like, you know, I'm like, what the fuck? This is crazy.
It's control, man. It's control.
Man, listen, man. I've seen some stuff, bro, that's crazy. And then you have to just make sure, man, that you work on self, or you can come, like you said earlier, make you or break you. If you don't work on self, you're gonna be broke.
Yeah, it make you break you. Man. It ain't for the weak. I tell you that,
man.
It ain't for the weak. Hey,
but I'm gonna tell you this here,
Johnell. I was in a joint where the chow hall was segregated, man.
It's like that all the time.
Oh, that's
whites
everywhere.
On one side, blacks on one side.
Yeah, whites on one side, blacks on the other. Yeah.
Okay. That's how it was, you know. And then, see, I've been up north a lot, right?
Right.
I did a lot of time up north, and I remember back in the '90s when I was up there. You know, the COs always tried to put a sack in the white boy's hand to get them the power. You know, and you know that we couldn't do that because that was crazy. You know, but it was very segregated. And then if a guy wasn't no old head, I mean, when I'm talking about a European, a white guy, then you know what I'm saying, you looked at them funny anyway, man, because you usually thought they was fucking. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it was.
But you think though, I know in MDOC, them I ain't trying to be, I ain't got a prejudice bone in my body, bro. I
know that.
I'm just pro-black. Them white boys, they ain't shaking nothing in the MDOC. You would think the Aryan Nation, they real quiet, man. You already know who make the noise in MDOC. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you gotta say it. And
well, you can say
it trip me out. You'll catch them up in the back 40, up under the shade tree, laying out on their blanket, and they hiding that you know that spider web on their elbow. You know what that spider web was?
Yeah.
You killed the nigga and all that
we
shit.
know that. Yeah.
They didn't want that. They was real quiet. MDOC. I don't know about maybe California. They real tough, but MDOC, Michigan, they real quiet, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's how it was. Like I said, I was in Kinross a lot. You know, I did 3 bits up there in Kinross, Marquette, Baraga, Munison. You know, the places up there, Hiawatha.
I was up in Ostavaway.
Yeah, I was there.
I closed
that down. I closed them before I came home.
Okay.
Yeah, one of the
what's that? Hey, Johnell, what's that joint right before you get to the bridge? I can't remember it.
Munison.
It was another. Who?
Munison. That was Munison.
Right, I'm talking about right before you go over the bridge.
Oaks.
Yeah, Oaks. Oaks. There you go.
Oaks.
Look,
yeah.
So I hit the yard on Oaks. They had just we had to get a good penitentiary conversation real quick. But listen, they had just took the cigarettes out. I was in there when they took there when they took the cigarettes out. So I had pouches, 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 because I didn't smoke. So every time I go to the store, I'm getting 4 or 5 cans and 80 pouches. Yeah, you know what I mean? And so they took me up. They sent me to Oaks. I was in Detroit, Ryan Road, and they sent me to Oaks. And I hit the yard, and it was ran by it was Flint boys. They had the tickets. I was in heaven. The Flint boys ran Oaks, and they found out I had the, you know how they be. What you got on your property? You got some cigarettes? You know when
they own the property.
Look. As soon as I got there, Johnell, nigga threw a $75 store bag over the wall. Like, I get with you in the morning, big homie.
Right.
Because you know what I'm saying? Because they knew I had the golden ticket.
Man, listen. Hey, at that time, the cigarette was better than weed. The dope. Them boys there, man.
Listen, at this point, if you get caught with a cigarette, with some tobacco, you might as well get caught with a bag of heroin.
Right,
That's
right,
how
right.
shit.
It was that. Yeah, it was that
It was the
crazy,
same thing.
man.
It was the same
It was
thing.
that
It was the
crazy.
same
Isn't
thing.
that something?
But this what fucked me up. This what fucked me up, Johnny. I was in there getting attacked, right? And the police, it's two to a room.
Okay,
And
yeah,
but you got the key. And so it's me, the nigga that's doing the tattoo, and it's Bunky. It's three of us in the room. I heard, when you hear that key, who else got the key? The CO.
right.
My man Bunky already in there. So he looking at me. He threw the tattoo gun up under the up under the pillow.
Right.
Dog came in there, put his hand in there. He seen all three of us and just walked away. Then
Yeah.
Dog fucked me up. He came back and said, I could give you destruction of straight property. I said, he said, yeah, you state property.
Yeah.
Destruction of state property for me getting a tattoo, man. That's
That's
when I was like,
crazy.
I gotta
Ain't it?
get out of here. That's when I gotta get
Destroyed
out of
your
here,
body.
man.
Right. Your
Yeah,
own
man.
body.
It's my body. And they
That's right.
said, I'm gonna get a destruction of state property charge.
Insane.
That's crazy, man. That really
Yeah.
woke me up right there. That woke me all the way up. Like, you know what I mean? And shit, I did, man. Hey, Johnny, all I did was write, man, and stand in the library and tried to stay out that TV room, man.
Yeah.
Ask him how many
I
books.
came, I
How many
came
books
home, man.
how many books you read?
Bro.
I wrote. I
Yeah.
wrote I read a million books, but when I
Yeah.
got home, I wrote two books. I on Amazon.com right now, and I wrote a water crisis memoir, man, that don't nobody support because the motherfuckers in Flint don't like me, man. They don't respect me. I'm the most hated motherfucker in Flint, Michigan. They probably hate me more than Eric Mays, man. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Well,
They should have got behind me when I did that water crisis memoir. Cause they always saying I always write about drugs and all that. Cause I write urban genre. So I said, okay,
okay.
I'm gonna write something positive. So I came out with the hold on, let me see. See, can I pull it up for you? Hold on. Right here. This shit right here. Black Water.
Right. I
Water
love
crisis.
it.
I wrote that memoir. And this is my
I'm
other
gonna
joints. This is
pick
my
it up,
urban
bro.
joints. This is my other joints. None of some green piece of paper. But anyway, man, that's all I did, bro, was write, read books, and stay out them niggas' way, man. Stay out that TV room, man. And
Yeah.
like when I said, I was telling you, like when I came home, man, I couldn't even answer cell phone, brother. That's why I
Right.
felt your
So
pain when you were telling me, yeah, I felt your pain, man.
Man.
But I'm the coldest now, man. And
Yeah.
another thing I want people to know, when I got home, man, I went straight. I hit the ground running. I went straight and got me a sign up for college, man. Cause
I
I
love
did
it.
it for my mama, man. Cause I got tired of letting her down, man. 9, 10 carloads, the police knocking at her door. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. And so when I got my college degree, I handed it straight to my mama, man. You know what I mean?
Man, that's a
I
blessing,
handed it
bro.
straight to her. You know what I mean? I did it for her, man. But you know what I mean? But
That's cool, bro.
yeah, man. But that's why when
You
I heard
talking
your
about
story,
you talking
that's why when
about
I heard your story, I wanted to get with you.
you were telling earlier your story about the double bunking, right? When
Yeah,
I got in prison, there wasn't no double bunking. Everybody single bunk, right?
right.
And so they started double bunking, and I'm in there one day, and this dude got on the toilet, the shit, and I'm like, what the fuck? It dawned on me that I was living in a bathroom, and I'll be eating in the bathroom. From that day on, bro, I was never able to eat in a cell again.
Yeah, that's
Because
all it is a
think
bathroom.
about that, man. I ain't never ate in the bathroom in my life. And it didn't dawn on me until they double bunked, right? And man, that was a crazy experience, bro. I remember the first time when I got home, man, I couldn't wait to take my shoes off and be able to feel some carpet.
Yeah,
I forgot how that feel, bro.
yeah, man.
You know
And
what I'm saying?
the penitentiary is designed, man, to break you, man. It's dark, gloomy in there. You know they only have one color, gray,
Yeah.
gray and silver. That was it.
And then I didn't wash my back for 29 years. You know what I'm saying? I want to let no motherfucker wash my back. And when I got home and my girl washed my back, and I was like, woo, it was too much. I'd never been touched like that. So, I mean, it's, and it's things like that when when we talk about that, people laugh and humor, and it's cool to laugh because other than that, we'll cry. I mean, it'll break us down to think about it, man, that, we lived in an inhumane world and we survived it. Right. And I tell everybody, I said, let me tell you something. Where I've been was the greatest education I ever received was in the penitentiary. And I've been to 7 universities. Okay. I've been to 7 universities, and the greatest one was in the penitentiary because of this here.
Yeah.
We learned how to live among people who wasn't like us, who was weird, some was crazy, some were great dudes, but everybody had their own character, and we survived and existed with them. So this here is easy for me.
Hey man, it's a lot of that's what I say. It's easy in the world, man. If you can make it, hey man, but it's a lot of guys with talent in there too, man. I had this one guy.
Oh yeah.
He was making sailboats and sending them home, and his people were selling them on eBay for like $1,500, man.
Yeah.
There was some talented guys in there, man. Anytime you can make incense and stuff like that, you know what I mean? We weren't allowed to have that shit. You know
Listen,
what I mean?
Man, I know 2 guys, and I'm, what I'm saying, one of them named Nora Jones, Mickey X, and the other one name was Rufus Green. They were MacGyvers. There was nothing they couldn't fix in the penitentiary. I remember I bought a Foot Locker, right? And I put a kicker on it. I had the only kicker that was in 8 block, 4th gallery. Every day when you come in, I was bumping it too short, and the whole pod was shaking because of the fact they thought I had a truck because they made me a kicker out of my Foot Locker.
What, you had the boom? You had the boom box? You had the boom box?
No, I had the boom box hooked to it, but I had a woofer that was cut into my Foot Locker. So that bass that hit in there, they had made that box for me. So when I hit that boy, man, look, the whole prison lit up. When I got in every day, I flicked that, and that's how I bounced it. And another guy, my boy named Ronnie Simpson Bay. That's my baby, man. Ronnie was my dude. Ronnie made me a hot plate, and I didn't see a microwave to 2000. Like I told you, I could still make a stinger. My wife be messed up because I'll cut a stitching cord and put some rods on it and drop it in the water, man. Listen, and start boiling.
Hey man, it's some talented guys in the penitentiary, man.
Absolutely,
you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? They, like you said, it's a bunch of MacGyvers in there, man.
Oh my goodness.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but man, LPs, what's going on, man? We lost you for a minute, man.
Yeah, man, y'all kicked me off because I ain't been to prison before.
No, man.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man.
We love you, bro. But it comes a time when we meet up, man. It's like a family reunion, right? You know what I'm saying? We you know what I'm saying? You go reminisce about some things, man, and that's crazy, right? Yeah. To other people, they ain't gonna understand it, but those things there, man, shaped and molded. Because every day I appreciate my life. Every day I appreciate my life, man. And but I'm not content. You know what I'm saying? That so I appreciate what I got, but I ain't content. I'm still trying to make sure that I reach further and further, that I take this home to a whole different platform, because of the fact that we can't allow nobody to define or put a ceiling on us, man. We got to break every ceiling down so that they'll know that, look at the talent that you had. Why ain't you on CNN doing interviews? You know what I'm saying? Well, why can't you have that platform on CNBC? You know what I'm saying? Because the fact that your talent and what you understand, right? You're going to ask the questions that a lot of people are afraid to ask, but you're going to answer, and then we're going to have a dialogue based on encounters and experience. So I
Right.
appreciate that.
Hey, John L, do you do politics, bro? You mess with the politics or what?
Listen, man, I mess with this here, right? If a person is in position to make a change in our lives and our community, then it's my duty to support that cause. But now, if you're not trying to move in that right direction, man, I can't deal with it, bro. I can't deal with it.
You all right? What you think about them, man? What you think about city council, man? Flint City Council, man.
I'm I'm ashamed. I'm hurt. I'm disappointed because of the fact that there's 79,000 residents in Flint, and there's children that are under 18 years old, and nobody's truly concerned about their welfare. Because if you are, then you would do everything necessary. As a father, right? Both of y'all fathers, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
If your son or daughter say, "Daddy, I'm hungry," what you do? You gonna make sure they eat.
Hold
You
on,
know what
hold
I'm
on. Say that
saying?
again, John.
If your son and daughter ask you and say, "I'm hungry," what you gonna do?
You gonna feed them?
We got a community that's crying, "I'm hungry,"
Right.
and nobody want to feed them. That's insane to me. I don't understand that, man. I don't
Wow.
understand that, man. I don't ridicule nobody, bro. I don't. I don't talk down about nobody. What I do is try to uplift fallen humanity, and I try to set an example about watch my words, actions, and deeds. That's all I say, right? Watch my words, actions, and deeds. Follow my lead, right? Because it's obvious that there's people out here, they ain't got it right, bro. They ain't got it right. And so I never listen to what they doing out here, man, because if you deviate, I'll be looking at these people, like everybody else. I got
Okay.
people. I've been watching this. I've been watching Flint for the last 29 years on the other side. These people have been in power. These people have had opportunities. These people have been out here living this life. And I look over to them and they look like they're a retrograde.
Right.
Like how when you look like somebody passing you and you look like you going backwards because of the fact that they got more speed than you, but they are moving, but they don't know what's going on because you done passed them. That's how we are,
Right.
man. We messed up, man.
Right.
And it's sad, man, that we have to put up with these people. And then we got to be more responsible about our votes. You know what I'm saying? You got to earn our votes, and we're not making people earn our votes. We're not holding their feet to the iron. Like, look, man.
Holding
Well,
their
look,
feet to the
man. Look,
fire.
y'all
Exactly.
messing up.
We handed it to them, man. You know what I mean?
Listen, man.
We live in a society.
And I believe in the prophecy. Noble Ali said that if you don't govern yourself and let others govern you, you might not like how they govern you.
Right. But you got to understand, we live in a society of capitalism, and then outside of everything being something to monetize, everybody wants to be a celebrity. So we done got away from taking care of the children because each one of those people that was on that panel, instead of being concerned about the city and the people of the city, they only concerned with themselves and how they look to themselves. That's why they do so much bickering back and forth.
Listen,
because everybody wants to be a celebrity.
But you know what? And I tell people, you will never hear me say I'm a good dude. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna never say I'm a good dude. That's on somebody else to claim. You know what I'm saying? All I can do is what I'm supposed to be doing. And I remember one time I was in the penitentiary, and I'll get to the picture. My brother came to visit me. I got a brother, man, named Mark Allen. Man, listen, he's one of the best people that I've ever met in my life, because my brother has always been my number one supporter. And no matter what, he's always been there for me. And I've always been so proud of him as a man, right? And I remember he came to visit me years ago, and I told him, I said, man, I'm so proud of you for being the father that you are, man. And he looked at me, man, and he taught me a lesson, man. He said, bro, how the hell are you gonna be proud of me for doing what I'm supposed to do? See, our people so fucked up, man. They want you to applaud them for doing the stuff they supposed to do. If you are put in a position, you supposed to take care of your business. Ain't nobody gotta give you no applaud about that. You got an obligation and duty. Do it.
Right.
Listen, man, I don't care about nobody giving me, man, John L. Listen, they give me awards and all that stuff. And the first thing I do is say this here. I thank God for this, this opportunity. But the other thing is, I can't do it without the community. You know what I'm saying? I'm from the old school, and I believe that I have to ask permission to be able to enter your house. You know what I'm saying? That's how I'm built, and I ask people all the time, may I have your permission to be able to speak? And when they give me that platform, then it's my job to do it, bro.
Right. You got that voice, right? Exactly. Hey, hey, not to cut you off, brother. I want to touch
No,
on this.
bro, go ahead. This your show. I got to obey.
LPZ. You know
All
what
right,
that
man.
is, right?
What's going on?
You know what that is, LPZ. Coming up on a year anniversary, man. Well, ain't no anniversary. It happened almost a year ago in a couple of days, man. A lot of people don't know this LPZ.
Oh my.
This LPZ people on the other side. Got some
Wow.
words, LPZ. Justice for
Yeah,
them
I
boys,
mean,
man. Justice for them boys, man.
So what?
definitely.
The oldest boy, he played on the basketball team with my granddaughter.
Hmm.
I
My
think
grand,
that's Zaire, the
yeah,
oldest, right? LPZ.
he played on a basketball. My granddaughter was the only girl on the team. She was tall, and he played on the team. We used to go up to Carmen and watch them play up there, man. And wow, and that kind of like threw me for a loss. I'm like, damn, man, them babies. Like
Yeah,
I said,
man.
I'm very sensitive about the children, man. Y'all don't know the backstory of my years ago. One of my twins got taken hostage, and they were 16 months at the time when the incident happened, man. And so I'm very sensitive to children, right? And I ended up going to prison for 29 years because of the fact that uh, somebody put my children in harm's way, man. And my regret is once I got things under control, I didn't handle it right? You know what I'm saying? My ego played a role. Like, how the fuck how dare you do this to mine? Is what that's my thinking, man. And so I'm very sensitive with it. When we talk about children, my children wasn't out here to raise them. Um, I struggle with my relationship with my children because they grown, and I'm trying to figure out how to be a parent to grown children because I don't know, right? I'm trying to figure that out. I'm just being transparent with y'all, keeping it 100, man. And
Right.
I love my babies, but they adults, and you be like, they 35, 34 years old, like, how you deal with that, And so I'm learning on the job, y'all. I'm learning on the job. Sometimes, I come home and I got to get myself together. You know what I'm saying? I can't do nothing for nobody if I ain't got Johnell in order. And so,
I remember when my homeboy told me we was in a penitentiary lifting weights, And it went, people don't play around in the weight pig because you get hurt
No.
with them weights. And he told
Yeah.
my man, it was his boy. He told R.I.P. Squirm. Squirm, he passed away last year, where he was murdered. Anyway, he said, "Hey, bro, I'm gonna walk back to the unit because I really want to fuck you up right now." He said, "I can't love nobody else till I love myself." I ain't gonna never forget when that nigga told me that, man. He said, "I
Yeah.
can't love nobody else until I love myself," and that shit stuck with me a long time. At the time I didn't know what he was saying,
Yeah.
but I know what he's saying now. You know what I
Right.
mean?
And that's how I go, bro, man. He's scared. That's how I go, bro. Is that I know that the best version of me and putting myself in the best situation to be successful is the only way that I'm able to take my next generation and be able to create something that's long lasting, right? When people talk about generational wealth and all that, I want to be able to leave a legacy, and that's why I go hard too, is because of the fact that I want to prove to them that I am the man that they always thought I am, thought I could be, and that's important, man. My grandchildren look up to me, they look at me as a god, man, and I can't let them down. You know what I'm saying? I try to do everything possible, and to make sure that that image that they see is real. And I'm trying to work on the relationships that I have with my adult children, because of the fact that I understand their needs. My daughter sent me something the other day.
Not to
Yeah.
cut you off, but you know what?
Sure.
Your adult kids. I mean, youngins need you too, but that's when they need you the most, especially your daughters, man. If they
Absolutely.
dealing with, excuse my English, they dealing with whole ass niggas and other shit. That's when they need you the most when they get grown. They need their father. You know what I
And
mean?
and, and, and you're absolutely
You know what
right.
I mean? That's when they need you the
And see,
most.
and I embrace that because of the fact that I'm learning that. I'm learning that. And then I tell people here, I never treat nobody like I treat myself, because I abuse myself. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta treat you better than me. You know what I'm saying? Because I do some things to myself that I'll push myself to the limit, right? But I don't want to push nobody else to the limit. And I had to learn that, right? So when I hear somebody say, "Yeah, man, treat me like you, like I want to be treated," no, and I'm like, "No, treat me better. I want to treat you better than me, because I know that I've been through some stuff. So the way I look at it, what you've been through, but you don't want your child to go through that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want nobody else to suffer this here. What I did, listen, bro. You made me smile. You said, "Man, I ain't been in penitentiary." I love that, bro. I support you,
Good,
bro. I will
good.
protect you, bro. I'm gonna make sure that you never get a stain on you, because the fact that if I can keep you clean and I can keep you without anything on your record, bro, you can help me go to the next level, man. That's how we
Yeah.
got to be thinking, man. We got to promote the people who is not just as impacted. Lift them up by giving them our experience and letting them know, look, man, I know this shit look good to you because of what, this fast shit I do. But let me tell you something. It comes with a consequence. I lost everything when I went to the penitentiary.
Amen.
Everything.
Ain't that cute
I ain't
about
had,
being a
listen, bro.
penitentiary?
I didn't come out here. And I took the boxers off. I came out the penitentiary with, because I ain't want to have nothing that reminded me of the shit I used to wear. So I threw that shit away too. I was walking the drawless
Man,
until I got
hey
to this
man,
stuff.
hey Janelle, hey Janelle, you know how niggas go home, they want to take all that shit with them. Man, listen, I found the night before I dressed out, I found the brokest, poorest nigga on the block. I gave him all my cosmetics. I went to the next nigga, gave him my MP3 player, and I just took my TV and I slid it down the block. I said, whoever wants this motherfucking habit. Man, all I took home was my mail and my pictures, man. And
Listen, bro. I was old school, so I still had clothes.
right, you probably had the Pelly
I had
tailcoats
leather.
and the
I had
gators.
leathers,
You had
I
the
had
gators.
diamonds, I gave all that stuff, I gave all that away, man, because that didn't, I wouldn't take it. Only thing I took home was my pictures. I
Yeah,
have my
mail
pictures
the
in my
picture.
hand because
Yeah.
I wanted to see, you know, what was going on. Never forgot about that, you know, and that was important to me, bro. Is that there, man? So I understand, you
Yeah.
know, how you seen that.
Hey, I got one more question for you, bro. And then if
Okay.
LP you got something for, hold on a second, hold on. I want this. What I need you to do for me, brother. I need you to look into this camera
Yeah.
and tell the world, tell them who JOHNELL Allen Bey is, man. Tell them who you really is, brother.
Let me see. One of the things that I'm not comfortable doing is speaking on myself. But I want people to know that I'm a brother who has invested his life in one cause, and that's to uplift all humanity. I believe that if there's an injustice, I need to show up and show out. I also believe that John L. is the person who I'm unconventional. I'm not traditional. You know what I'm saying? I don't pay attention. I don't compete with nobody, man. I applaud everybody. I ain't got no thin skin. I support people. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't support me, I'm cool, man. You know, if you don't like me, I'm cool, man. And if you love me, I'm cool with that, man. But my life is not based on nobody else's opinion about me, man. And you know, and that's just one thing I accept. I take that back. I take that back. I do value the opinion of those who have invested their life for my cause. So I take that back. You know, my parents, Big John and Dorothy, my brother, you know, my wife, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you something, I've been married 4 times and I've had some good women in my life. And every one of them, it wasn't their fault. You know, it was John L. John L. always find a way to fuck up some things. And I finally learned how not to sabotage myself, right? Because sometimes I remember something, and I digress, but I just wanted to tell you something. I used to uh, do some things in my life so I could give God an excuse not to bless me and be all right with that. Now think how crazy that sounds, right? I self-sabotage myself, man. And then when I finally uh, figured out that I was my biggest enemy, and that nobody ever lied more than I did, because I lied to myself often. And when I figured that shit out, man, my life changed. I'm like, what the fuck? You mad at somebody else because they lied, and your ass lied all the time to yourself. You know what I'm saying? And it just something snapped one day, and I figured out that, hold on, let me get this right. And I have a conscience, bro. I can't do anything. And if I wrong you, guess what? My spirit ain't gonna be right. He ain't gonna settle. See, that's how I know I'm different, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't no true cutthroat, because if I do you wrong, I'm gonna right that wrong. But now if you wrong me and don't try to right it, damn it, I got to do what I got to do. Justice then must take its course. That's just how I roll, bro. It's that simple. And
And
that's why I am.
I love the man you become,
Praise
man.
God.
And I need you to keep going, man. I'm glad.
But
I'm
I need
glad.
your help.
Oh, I got you, brother.
No. I need your help. I need y'all to show up at Target at 10:45 on Tuesday the 30th, because I need y'all support there.
Where we got to be at?
Target on Miller Road at 10:45. You bring
Okay.
your line there, because we kicking off this Nation Outside guarantee. We about to guarantee a housing for people who are returning citizens, and you're gonna see some checks written that day, and you're gonna see some stuff, bro. Just don't
Okay.
stop, man. If
Okay.
we don't help ourselves, ain't nobody else gonna help us.
See what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. LP, what we got in close? What you got in closing with John L, man? What you got in closing for him, man?
Well, man, look,
Throw me a
there's
fastball. Don't be
several.
throwing Don't be trying to throw me no dart. No.
Hey, nah, man. So one thing I have to say, man, is I commend you for coming out, doing what you're doing, and helping
Appreciate
other
that.
people. 29 years is a long time to do. 29 minutes is a long to me. You dig? So with that being said, you know, I think you're a very honorable person, man, and I appreciate you coming on the show and sharing your experiences.
Yeah.
I appreciate everything you do for returning citizens. Um, the thing about wearing the suits, see, we got to go back to looking like men and dressing like men and presenting ourselves like men, and then thus being accountable for our actions. When we wrong, we wrong. You know, instead of carrying this sense of entitlement and
Right.
all this chip on our shoulders as if somebody owe us something. You know what I'm saying? Because
Absolutely.
as men, don't nobody owe you shit. And
Absolutely.
so, with that being said, you know, like I say, man, I appreciate you coming on the show, you sharing your experiences with us, and we will support everything that you do.
Appreciate
And
that.
another thing too, when you were talking about being someone other than what you've been programmed to think you were, um, my experience is I'm an inventor. I'm 42. I'll be 43 this year. Never been to prison before, but I've
Love it.
been taking penitentiary chances all my life, and it was never nothing wrong with that because we was taught what one life to live. It might be over tomorrow, so
Hey,
you
John
know
L,
we
this is
live.
invention right here, John L. This is the brother invention right here.
Right.
This is
What
We
is
live
invention right
what
here.
is it?
we
Explain
live
to
for
him what
that
it is,
day,
L. Peasy.
not tomorrow. Okay, well that is an audio card. That is records, cassettes, CDs. That's the next physical copy.
Wow.
So that was my innovation of the music
Yeah.
business, and then outside of the innovation of the music business, I've created another platform uh, called a personal portable cloud. Um,
Okay.
so I have a few other inventions. I own a few patents. Um, and right now, you know, we're working out some things with Apple. So, you know, whenever you're dealing with a $23 trillion company, man, it's always a good thing, you know.
Right.
So I
Wow.
didn't, I wasn't, I didn't go to school to be an engineer, but you know, I'm from Flint, Michigan, man. I've been building shit all my life, working with my hands. And my
Right.
father is a very innovative person. So he
Okay.
taught me how to do what it is that I do. And
Right.
I was praying to God one day and I was asking God, you know, hey, man, how am I going to take care of 7 kids and 2 adults? That's 9 people. I
Right. Right.
cannot be selling drugs. And you know, being a rapper and an entertainer and constantly on the road and I'm constantly in the clubs, I'm drunk 6 days a week, you know, so I really wanted to know what my out was. And God came to me and said, man, if you do this, this, and this, and this, you'll never be broke again. And to avail, I've never been broke since then. I haven't had the money I wanted. You know, I've been in some really tough positions and places. And I've learned to have to trust the process. I've learned to have
I love
to
it. I love you, man.
before everything. I went totally against the grain. When I started calling myself billionaire Bruce Wayne, the term billion hasn't been coined. You know, people wasn't familiar with that term. They were familiar with millionaire, but billionaire. And so
Right.
I was laughed at. I was ridiculed. You know, when I told people that I was inventing this thing, and you know, I invented the portable cloud before we even coined the phrase the cloud. You know what I'm
Wow.
saying? And until the cloud had actually they started talking about it, you know, it was hard for me to explain what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
thus, once the cloud came in, and I've been doing this, I started this in 2014. So
Wow.
about time I got up to 2018, there was still no mention of the cloud. Then 2020, 21, then they started talking about the cloud, Amazon cloud, Google cloud, and
Right.
everything
Yeah.
else. So then I was able to instead of explaining the infrastructure and what the device does, then I was able to say, well, it's just a portable cloud. Now you have a personal portable cloud where all your data and information goes into, where you don't have to put your data and information into a public domain. You're, instead of sending your information into Google's cloud or Samsung's cloud or any other cloud, you can put it in your own cloud. That way, when somebody steals your information, you know what's stolen. That way you can control the information that is available to the public about you. Because right now we don't know what's available. You know, people are they're going online and they're pulling up all this information about you, old pornos, nasty pictures you done took for your ex-girlfriend that done sent you all kind of shit. And the shit is still, you know, it's still out there.
Still out there. Yeah, right. Yeah.
You can't edit it, you can't take it away. But this gives you the power to edit, control, and safeguard your own information. And so, you know, we've created one of one. These things have never been done before. So the things that my business partner and I, and his name is Michael Thurman. I've been blessed to come across this young man, and he took my vision, you know, and was able to put it into dimensions, put it on the paper, and put it in the patent form, and you know, to get us to this point, you know, and now we're dealing with a $70 billion game. You know what I mean?
Man, listen, bro, I'm so proud of you, Bruce.
I need my 10% LPZ.
Bruce, I'm proud of you, man. Listen, man, I love you. Man, listen. He says, I love you, man. See, hey, listen. I'm a man for real. You know what I'm saying? I want you to know that I love you, bro. I love what you're doing. I love what you're standing for, man. I love that you have a vision, right? And I know that whatever that you just keep grinding on, it's gonna happen, bro. Bigger than you ever thought it was. And I know by my own life, bro. You know what I'm saying? I know by I'm a living testimony that this shit is real, man. You know what I'm saying? And I love how when it's real, that we can make it look good, right? And simple to others, right? They like, man, damn, that shit look good. But they don't know what you go through, man, to get there. Man. They don't understand it, man.
Look, walk the journey.
Promise me this here, man. Look. Because it's things that I got going, man, that I really want y'all to understand. We got to go and dinner on me, man. We got to sit back. You know, do y'all drink? Because I drink too, man. You know
he drinks. Hey, Johnell, he drinks slut juice, a.k.a. Hennessy.
Okay, then ain't no problem, man. You know, do that. But I want to be able to sit down, man, for us to be able to really come up with something, man, and do it, because I want to support y'all, and because I want you to support me, bro. I want you to be able to understand that the things that we're doing, man, that I can't do it without support. It can't happen, man. And when we learn to applaud and support each other, man, this shit gonna take off. And guess where it's gonna start? In Flint. In Flint. Right. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna set the pace for the world to see. I appreciate that, y'all. Thank y'all for having me. Thank y'all for allowing me to come on this show, man. I hope your audience, I hope they, you know, took in what I was saying. If they don't like it, you know, let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Right. I ain't scared to talk about it. You know, if you feel that I should do something, I shouldn't do that, let's have a talk about it. Let's have a conversation. Because at the end of the day, most conflicts start because there's no understanding. Because if you understand and my perception of things, guess what? It's harmony.
Yeah.
And see, and I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this before I go too, because I'm a real believer in each one teach one. I'm a real believer in changing the narrative, because if we change the narrative, then we can carve out a new future. You know, absolutely. Like and I'm gonna say this. It's like with these writers. We need to quit writing gangster movies and start writing movies about going to space. You know what I'm saying? We need to quit writing pimp movies, you know what I'm saying, and write intellectual movies about someone doing something outside of the box. Because as an inventor, as somebody that's walking the path, that there was no precursor for me. You know what I'm saying? Right. I didn't come from old money. My daddy didn't do it. My daddy didn't do it. I wasn't gifted into this. The only reason that I know about the Black inventors nowadays is because of YouTube and things of this nature, where we can go back and look at those people that have been unjustly ripped of their patents and the Patterson brothers that created the automobile. I didn't know that. They've been giving that shit to Henry Ford ever since I've known of the automobile. Right. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't create the automobile. He created mass production of the automobile. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? The Patterson Company out of Cleveland, Ohio, is the ones that were creating cars. You know what I'm saying? And so, with that being said, there's so many Black inventors that I had no idea even existed. You know, out of common we use every day. You know what I'm saying? That would have inspired me to do something greater. But I only could be inspired by what I seen, and I seen drug dealers. I seen rappers, football players, and basketball players, because that's all that we glorify. But brothers like you know what I'm saying? Activists, people that are trying to do something and change the community, help the community, you know, and back to what you were saying about the Flint water crisis. Our minds are 30 seconds long. It's a big deal. And then they bring in the trucks and all the rappers and the singers sit in the water and stuff. And then when that's over, and Obama come in and drink the water, then they think it's better. And then it's done. There's no more news. And the water's still bad. That's sad. You know what I'm saying? It's sad that we don't stand up for actual change. We just stand up for the celebrity in the change. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, as an American, I am sad to be an American in this day and age, because although we have an atrocious history with this country was built on principles and morals that I actually believe in. You know what I'm saying? And now we done thrown that shit away because we want to make everybody comfortable. You know what I'm saying? We got kids running around here wearing dresses and shit, and we're trying to make that okay. It used to be a sickness, and now it's okay. You know what I'm saying? Now we got the LBGTQVC people. You know what I'm saying? You can't say gay. You can't say this. We're so sensitive about what you say to each other that a comedian can't even be a comedian anymore.
But you still can say black, and you still can say a nigga, and you can still say those things, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
And we're ain't still nobody jumping down. And listen, man. And I'm not, you know.
And that's a sad thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you can't define
American,
yourself.
so T-Cells know how I feel about that. You know, he knows my history, and you know, I don't even use the N-word at all. And just to put contents to your show, that's why you would hear me drop the B, black and white, because of the fact that your audience to be able to understand. Because when I be saying Europeans, Asiatics, they don't know who the hell I'm talking about. Right? So, but I know you know, because I understand, you know, where you've been, you know what it is. But yeah, I remember the first time I heard a brother call another brother in, and he killed him that day, you know, at the penitentiary. That's how it was when I come through. So I'm very sensitive about that. But let me tell you something, man. Keep up y'all work. And I'll see y'all Tuesday, man. Don't y'all show up, man.
All right, man. Bring some people out. Hey, man, we shit.
So you can tell Chris Swanson in person. He'll be there.
All right. Hey, man. Shit. The hood gonna save the hood. Y'all already know what I'm gonna say, LPZ. Everybody needs to stop falling for the banana in the tailpipe, smoking mirrors bullshit. We speak for the streets. What else I want to say? The white people playing chess, they ain't playing checkers, man. We out this bitch, man. Peace. We out here.
Ray, you gone crazy. You are now tapped in with the most realist and controversial show on the net. Flint After Dark Podcast. We speak for the streets. We speak for the streets.
Yeah.
You are now tapped in with the most realist and controversial show on the net. Flint After Dark Podcast. We speak for the streets. We speak for the streets.
Thinking of myself like what the fuck is going on? Asking God for help like what the fuck I'm doing wrong? He ain't giving me no answers, I figured it out myself. Got tired of asking questions, I'm tired of looking for help. Man, I can't win for losing, I'm steady taking these losses. Had to bury greed and chink, same week, 2 different coffins. Man, that shit'll traumatize you when it ain't trying to. Everybody shedding tears, you trying not to cry too. They say they feel my pain, but they don't know how much I'm hurting. Mama told me pray, it usually help, but it ain't working. This the numbness.
You're now rocking with Terrence Hill on Flint's #1 online podcast, Flint After Dark. We speak for the streets.
It's your boy, Terrence Sales, a.k.a. Mr. Speak for the Streets, a.k.a. Big T, and you locked in to the #1 podcast in Flint, Michigan, Flint After Dark. We speak for the streets. With my co-host, LPZ. We the new dynamic duo. We speak for the street. Peace.